When this man's on the defensive line, all eyes, although in this particular drill here, he's getting single blocked by the left tackle, so all eyes were not on him. This video, again, from Brad of the SF Niners.
How about that D tackle coming in there as well?
Great. Well, this is what we saw yesterday. Remember on the Kinlaw video that it was 3 other guys were getting pressure too. Look at this.
Cousins would have got killed. Honestly, Cousins would have got killed here, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
God, this is a beautiful thing to watch. I mentioned this to you right before we came on, is for the hype he's getting. And I do believe now there's no people aren't paying enough attention. No, the hype on Nick Bosa is absurd right now. It's well earned. Sometimes hype, like this guy is, I think Giannis take a step, and then you watch him like, holy shit. Right? And the hype on certain players. And it happens a lot of times in sports. And it's like, God, can we pump the brakes a little bit? I think the hype on this guy, honestly, the guy that catches this ball as well, the hype on Justin Jefferson's pretty high. Catch it one-handed, pretty sweet.
I think that was a different play, wasn't it?
Okay. Oh, you might be right.
That was the play. What the video I don't have is Bosa dominating the tight end, which honestly is not even video worth playing. It goes exactly the way you think it would. It's you can't. Is an NFL team really going to try and block Nick Bosa with a tight end this year?
Well, not consistently. And I saw maybe Lombardi was like, I don't know why they keep throwing the tight end on him. They're not they're just running some plays.
Right.
And Bosa they're lining them up. It's an unfair, in a game plan situation, I would imagine they would avoid. But football is ultimately football. There aren't you can put 3 tackles over there. This play you see right here is a pretty normal play, right? Just looks like shotgun, 4 or 5 wide. Maybe there's 3 wide. They got a running back who's on that side to probably help Chip. He doesn't touch him. So this is not, it doesn't feel like Kevin O'Connell doing some crazy plays. That looks like a pretty normal formation to me, right? You can only do so much. You ultimately do need your left tackle, whether it's Nick Bosa or whether it's some random backup on the Texans. He's got to, that guy's got to be able to block some people throughout the season by himself, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think 20 sacks is in play if he's healthy?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this team last year was 3.1 sacks per game. In 2019, they were slightly better at 3.2 sacks per game. Maybe they could be the most productive Chris Kasarik D-line since with the 49ers, just because it feels like Bosa's at his peak. It is going to be for everybody else, for Armstead, for Givens, for Omenahu, for Drake Jackson, for Ebukam, for Jordan Mills. It's, the year with Alden and Justin Smith was so incredible. And Justin Smith got so much, rightfully so, got so much credit for it. But this feels like it's not just one person that benefits. It's everybody's going to benefit from this guy. And part of it, too, is that he is not just going to – he's going to be getting the sacks for himself. That's the part that makes him so special.
Yeah, I do think by this 3rd year, I guess he started kind of getting in trouble. Alden had become – he looked just like a specimen that was unblockable human. It's what is this? And what's cool to me about pass rushing, right? When you were around Alden Smith, it was he didn't look like a lot of NFL players. But they come in all different shapes and sizes. Then just a couple years later, Khalil's drafted, and we were around him a lot, and he looked a lot different physically than Alden. And I do wonder sometimes, Alden would have been a great player if he would have had a fucking normal head on his shoulder and get arrested a lot. But a lot of the consistent best pass rushers are kind of in the Bosa Mack, Von Miller, kind of that 6'2" to 6'3", Derek Thomas, an all-time great pass rusher. When you can bend like that, part of Alden was his levers were, it was stupid how long, he's 6'6" almost, his arms. Bosa's ability to play so low and bend is an unstoppable move, right? He's not, sometimes, I think Khalil always kind of fell back on power a lot of the time because he was so strong. And sometimes just naturally, some 330 guys, maybe not neutralize you, but they just kind of get in front of you. You just not going to get that many sacks. When you can win with speed consistently, you're just an unstoppable player. I think that's easily the best move. Just a speed rush that your speed is elite. And to me, that's what he has. Shot out of a cannon. Von Miller had that in his prime. I think from a defensive tackle, like ultimately Aaron Donald's really powerful, but he is so fast. It's like cat. It's like people like barely touch him. He gets so much hype, how strong he is and the weight. But his best plays, it's like he dips before they even get him. Now, it's way different inside, right? It's like a little dip. As an edge rusher turning the hoop, and the way he's doing it, and he's been doing it all camp, and what these clips these 2 days are just like, how are people going to slow this guy down?
Well, he sets him up to dip around him and then just goes through him. Doesn't this set up to you like Bosa's going to go around the left tackle? Well, and then he just goes right into him. You know what? It's like he changes halfway and decides straight line will be quicker.
Well, I think we talked about it yesterday. When you're that fast, like Bosa, I wouldn't say has like a elite bull rush. Like, Khalil, I guess, would probably be one of the best bull rushes we've seen. Joey's got pretty strong. Like, to me, Joey's more of a power player. When you're that fast, if you watch that clip, the guy's like leaping back, because he doesn't want to get beat around the corner. Well, when you're leaping back, and I'm not Howard Mudd here, I don't think you're in your best position to like kind of anchor down. So all of a sudden, I think Bosa realized this guy's fucking off balance. Because he doesn't really like throttle him. He just runs right through him because he's kind of off. And then the guy's kind of like this. Most tackles, even left tackles, are not Trent Williams. Obviously, most right tackles are pretty average. And I would say half the left tackles around the league are very, very hit or miss. That when you're this good, you're just going to dominate. It's why the best pass rushers are dominate, right? Like who's blocking this guy, Myles Garrett, his brother when healthy. The top guys, when you watch the game on Monday or Sunday Night Football or Sunday, you're just like, if you're watching that player, you're like, what are they supposed to do?